So for like, I like to call it like the fitness hobbyist, right? Or just like the everyday fitness
Mhm.
person who's trying to, improve their health, improve their quality of life. Why would that be a better option, the full body workout, than doing like a push pull leg split, for example?
Yeah, well, there's a couple reasons. One, if we're talking about the average person, it doesn't take much to get the average to go from, like, to get the beneficial effects of strength training in the context of, like, health, mobility, strength, and so on. Now, if you wanna go beyond that and you wanna be like a bodybuilder, well, then things start to get more granular and complex, right? But for the average person, like, "Look, I wanna get strong, I wanna feel good, I wanna have a nice physique. I'm not trying to be extreme, or at least I don't have the time or energy to devote myself to being a fitness fanatic." Um, it's best because it doesn't require a lot of time in the gym. It's better because the frequency of practice tends to get us to do the movement more effectively faster. In other words, if you took somebody and you had them do 6 sets of squats 1 day a week, or you had them do 1 set of squats 6 days a week, they would get better at squatting faster if they did the 1 set 6 days a week. It's just how the body adapts and learns. And the better you get at an exercise, the more effective it becomes. Like a squat, for example, could give you tremendous results, but those results are dependent on your ability to do that squat well and to connect to that exercise very well. If you can't, then it's not going to give you its full potential.
Mm.
Practicing often just works best. It also tends to cause less damage to the body, rather than this, like, 6 sets all in one workout or 10 sets or whatever. That less muscle damage, more frequent application tends to cause better adaptations in people. Also, if I tell someone to work out full body 3 days a week and they miss a workout, they still hit their whole body 2 days. If they're doing a split, what you tend to see, and this is experience as personal trainers, you tend to see that when they do miss a workout, it's always that one workout that they don't necessarily like leg day or whatever. And so you just see over the course of a year, 2 years, 3 years, more consistency with training the entire body. And that's just from the behavioral standpoint. So just across the board, you'll find better results with people. Now, if you're super advanced, and what I mean by that is, like, you're really consistent, you have been for years, you've got a great diet, you're interested in getting extreme. Like, you don't wanna just look fit and be strong, like, you wanna be, like, to that next, ridiculous level. Then the amount of volume required to push your body from amazing fitness to extreme fitness might not work with a full body routine because you might be in the gym for 2 hours, in which case splitting it up becomes, more realistic. But most people are not in that category, nor even though most people think they wanna be in that category, they're just not appropriate, for them. And I think a lot of us lie to ourselves and we think, "Oh, I can work out 6 days a week for an hour a day and get away with it and do great," and then we find ourselves, overtrained. So, there is value in some of those other types of routines, but what we tend to do is look at the extreme cases, the genetically gifted professional bodybuilder who's on anabolic steroids, and we look at their routine and their split, and we're like, "Oh, that's the best one." It's like, you're nothing like that person. It is not the best routine for you, and, you know, it's like, when you consider the genetics of those extreme athletes, like those power lifters who are at the top level, or those Instagram whatever people or bodybuilders, what you're looking at are, and genetics plays a huge role. Look, you played football in college. I'm sure you experienced this going from high school to college. The level of athleticism was probably shocking to you from high school to college. It was like, okay, all of a sudden I'm playing with giants that can move faster than small guys or whatever. Go from college to pro, it's like a whole nother level. When you're looking at like a pro bodybuilder or a high level athlete, it's like looking at a 7 foot tall person. Like, how many people have you seen, Dom, in the real world that are 7 feet tall? How often do you see someone that's 7 feet tall on a daily basis? You probably never do. It's so rare, right? So we're nothing like those individuals. So trying to train like them is only going to put us in a bad state.